What's going on, YouTube world? Michael, Vincenzo, Steve. I'm Dave, IRP 217. We'll talk YouTube. No. I was gonna say Michael's gonna be like, done. See? Obviously, we'll talk some Supwr Bowl. That occurred. I don't know how much about it, or what about it. Maybe not so much the game. Maybe some of the other intricacies of the the event. What's going on, Mike? And then I don't know. We'll go from there.
Yeah. The open-ended question of possible positivity rebranding. Like, were you drunk when you made this one?
Hi. No, I like the setup of the positivity rebranding.
Fuck you, Dave.
I mean, how many times can you rebrand something without ever changing? I mean, I know we're it's not the correct, I'd say, way you want to use it, but it's a lot of notches in the belt are being popped out right now with the same thing going over and over again.
Well, because history repeats itself. Come on.
Well, this is true, but I mean, this is not even. It's trying to put a spin on things when you haven't dug below the surface. So.
Well, that would require effort.
Well, this is also very true.
But just throwing that out there. Let's face
it. It's showing. Coming up with new graphics and websites, that means effort is being bantied about. But then you see again on top you can put like chocolate sauce and then dig in and it's fucking fat-free plain ice cream. It's the same shit you've been spooning out for.
Well, if it's a turd, if it's a turd, it's a turd.
Well,
right.
You have to understand, Steve, it's about the joy.
No, don't. Motherfucker. Really? Not even fucking 3 minutes in, and you're already going to start this shit?
Hey, I had to say it. It's about the joy of the hobby.
Yeah, I got your fucking hobby.
Well, the hobby's been since 2019, so.
I'm telling you, man. Next time I see you.
You can take a shot. No sternum, no nuts. And
oh no! It's straight to the nuts, brother.
Dude, this pulled groin of mine. By that time, I'll finally be healed. Did it all start again? Much like all the other pain in my life.
I may actually freaking nip the taint in the process. Just saying.
Well, before you do that, make sure you set up a camera somewhere and push record so we get that fucker on. You want to talk about content and all that bullshit there, that's jackpot.
As long as we know it's going to go viral and we can get paid for it. Yeah. Then it would be worth it. Then we can do some rebranding.
Yeah. We monetized. We'd have to get 860 subscribers by then.
Yeah, which will never happen. Oh, yeah. But wait.
We can send it in to appear on Ouch My Balls.
There's something called Ouch My Nuts?
It's from Idiocracy.
Okay.
That was the show that Dak Shepard was watching.
I love that movie, but I hate that it's so fucking accurate.
Yeah, it's scary how accurate it is.
And that's the problem. Like, I want to go watch it, but I don't want to get pissed off while watching it.
Justin Long is the doctor. Basically, your shit's all fucked up and you talk like a fag.
Yeah, it's just like
It's just
that's basically the rhetoric now of what's going on. That's like,
it's way too close to reality.
yeah.
Hey, Vinny, you need to go have a conversation with Better Half and get her to go purchase, a few blocks of a few thousand subscribers for us.
I'll get right on that. I'm sure she'll be anxious to do so.
Hey, more subscribers, monetize. We'll get the merch out since people have been yelling for it. Yeah, yelling for it doesn't mean that anybody would fucking buy it.
True.
And for those who know nothing about merch, which most of us probably don't, that shit ain't cheap.
No.
And again, with certain things going on in the political world, some of that merch, it's not coming from Paducah, Kentucky and El Paso, Texas. It's coming from Chongqing, China. So again, things will be changing across the board.
So the custom ink, I'm pretty sure is US based. But even then, it's for something like that, you have to purchase and have it shipped to then put it up somewhere to basically have somebody buy it and then ship it again. I know there are websites out there that literally you can throw up shit and they'll do all the work for you. But that's the stuff that comes out of China. So well, see, Jeff, you wouldn't have to buy anything. We'd just give you a shirt. Well,
and it wouldn't matter too because you're the 51st state, so that really doesn't.
Oh Lord, here we go.
I've heard rumblings.
That's one way to put it. Rumblings.
There's been some murmuring in the store, and I cast my ear to directions and pick up, as the kids call, bits and pieces of the convo.
Turn around and walk away, Dave. Or grin and nod and be like, as you walk away.
No, I turn and walk away immediately because I'm like, I'd say the struggle of Israel, but that's where we're going next to put up a sold sign. So,
and enough of that conversation, Dave. Moving on.
What conversation? I'm just saying housing prices are going to go down, and new Circle K's and Quick Trips and Wallies are going up, and
we're getting a Quick Trip here in Sedalia, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Now, because I know there's two different Quick Trips. Up here we have the KWIK trip, and I know down
QT.
there it's QUIK.
Yeah, QT.
Yeah, we're getting QT. That's what we have down here.
Because that was one of the things driving down there. I'm like, man, there's a lot of the same nomenclature with these fucking gas stations. I'm starting to lose track of what's what, and every color is the same. And I'm like,
yeah, majority of what you got here, you're going to have Quick Trip, Casey's, and BP's. That's what you're going to see most of.
Yeah, well, not here. Mobile, Exxon, fucking Quick Trip, Racetrack, Chevron.
Well, you got oil derricks that people just pull up to. And fucking
yeah, exactly.
That is not an accurate statement.
That is 100% accurate from the pictures I saw from a recent press conference. I thank you very much.
That is not an accurate statement. There is nobody pulling up to a fucking oil derrick and pumping gas. No.
That's not how that works. It has to be refined.
Correct.
It's 100% guaranteed that I've seen it. I have experienced it.
No, you haven't.
Go to an oil derrick. I tell my friends of the IRP community, go to an oil derrick, park right next to it. They will have a pump there for you to get your petroleum for whatever vehicle you have.
And the people, if there are people there, they will be very hospitable.
Yes.
They won't shoot you at all.
No.
They'll punch your card. They'll give you the stamps for the card or the sheet or whatever, and you can be on your merry way with your discount.
So, do you guys have sheets?
No.
Okay, so that's east and moving west. Do you have the convenience stores of Speedway?
I've seen them.
So those are west moving east. And then we just got Circle K here.
Yep.
So those are west moving this way.
Circle K seems to be taking over a lot of like the holiday stations.
We had a Circle K. I mean, it's been closed for a number of years now, but we had one of those in Warrensburg. We have a lot of break times.
Never heard of it.
We do have a few BPs like you.
We have BP, Mobil, Exxon, Chevron. We run the gamut here in the Motor City.
Yeah, but again, the fact of pulling up to one, and I park my horse outside my job.
Yeah.
Like
you're in Texas, so
we have a bunch of MFA stations that are unmanned that you can pull up to and get gas and fill your propane tanks.
Sinclair, there's some of those too here and there. The old dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got one of those at Knob.
There's one up in Two Harbors or right outside of Two Harbors. Sort of a same thing. The unmanned like for whatever station.
I remember when I lived in New Hampshire, Sunoco's were everywhere. My mom worked at one.
We got Sunoco's.
Texaco.
Sunoco Race Fuel. They used to be the sponsor of NASCAR for a long time. I don't know if they still are or not.
What was another one? Sweet Peas back in Pennsylvania. There was like 6 or 7 of them. It was like a local convenience store with gas. That was like
we have
Southwestern.
I know in Ottumwa, Iowa, they have Come and Goes.
Yep.
Spelled with a K.
Yep.
Oh, we have the Kroger gas stations that are usually with the store now. Meyer has gas stations now. What's the other one? Pennsylvania, Get and Go. It's with Giant Eagle is a big yeah, that's in Pennsylvania. The Dirty Bird or the Eagle, as we used to call it. But they have, I think it's Get and Go. No, Get and Go maybe. I forget what it's called, but it has a associated with it a gas station. And then more and more independents are popping up around here with very lavish liquor stores with it's full line liquor, full line like pop and snacks and all that. Then now full tobacco and other needs since the states allows the other numbered 420
just fucking say it.
Memorabilia.
Yeah, you're not saying like crystal meth they're selling. It's the grunge.
And then they usually have a kitchen now. And I mean, you could go in there, get gas, get your smokes, and buy dinner and not have to leave one place. And the food's actually pretty good.
Around here, every gas station that goes up for sale is bought up by the foreigners, and they immediately put in bongs and slot machines.
See, slot machines aren't legal here, I don't think.
No.
Unless they're in things. But
to answer the question about where I lived in New Hampshire, I can't remember what the name of the town was, but we lived on Pease Air Force Base before it was shut down. I think it might be a reserve base now, but it used to be Air Force Base. My dad was stationed there, and they shut her down.
course, I can't forget we got Buc-ee's.
Oh yeah, you do have Buc-ee's.
We've got one of those down in Springfield, but it's about an hour and a half drive.
I'd say if it's within 45 minutes, it's worth the drive. But
Oh, I'm
anything-
sure we'll wind up down there at some point. There's a lot of shit down in Springfield.
anything past that, yeah, it's good, but not if you're going to have to drive over 45 minutes.
We'll stop by there. It won't be the reason we go.
And everybody's opinion of it is different, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
it is a plethora of shit that you can buy and purchase there, and a lot of it is good. I'm not going to say that it isn't, but everybody has their own personal preference when it comes to that type of stuff.
It's white trash Disneyland.
One way to put it.
So what would Walmart be doing?
What's that?
What would Walmart be like? Would that be like white trash Cedar Point or what?
Cedar Point's way better than Walmart.
Well, Six Flags. I mean, what are we?
Yeah. I think it's same crowd. I think they cross.
They have a.
If it was a Venn diagram, they cross.
Only bad part with that diagram is it's like the horns, like the symbol for the horns, and then it really doesn't cross anywhere.
Wow, we're a talkative group tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to.
Well, it's the dead spot of the year for sports.
Yeah. Now April. Well, March is March Madness, so it'll pick up then.
Yuck. The worst 6 weeks of my life every year is March Madness.
Yeah, spring training, they'll start up here soon. Pitchers and catchers will start reporting here.
And hockey's starting their goofy in-season tournament.
Oh, God, yeah.
Why?
What a nightmare.
Why?
It makes no sense.
Oh, come on, man. We got basketball.
Huh?
I said we got basketball, man. Come on.
Yeah, basketball.
Luka at the Lakers.
We're not even going to talk about that.
None of us care enough about that sport to talk on it.
No, I care enough about it because I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, but we're not even going to go there.
Yeah.
He was what, 120 points from being the all-time Mavericks leader in points, and the guy, what was it? Something like that?
That's irrelevant. The fact,
they traded a 25-year-old generational player
for a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
For a fucking Happy Meal.
And how is that return on that trade already doing?
I couldn't tell you because I refuse to watch anything.
Oh, Anthony Davis is out at least a month.
Yep.
What did he get hurt first game?
He got injured first game. And he was having an incredible first game and got hurt, and he's out for weeks.
Yeah, something I think shoulder subluxation or something.
No, it wasn't shoulder. It's like groin shit.
Well, then he goes to work every day with that, so.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, he had really great stats in that game until he got injured because, I mean, he was going to be the focal point of that offense, and he was kind of stifled with the Lakers with the LeBron show.
Well, because they were playing him at center.
Where he didn't want to play. He kept saying, get a center so I don't have to do this. And they're like, nah, we're good.
It's not his natural position. So
no.
that was supposed to be the big thing that, he was going to start being a power forward, which is what he normally was. And he wouldn't have the wear and tear on the body as a center. And it's like, I knew in the back of my mind, it's like, okay, yeah, let's start strong, but somehow, shape, form, or fashion, something's going to fucking happen, and he's going to be riding the pine.
Yep. He gets hurt quite a bit.
Like,
I think Luka had 14 in his debut.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is kind of low for him.
Oh yeah, it's real low. I think he's averaging 28 or 30.
I was going to say probably just under 30 points a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw the specifics of the trade, I'm like, that is.
Well, I thought it was a fucking hoax, man. I thought it was a joke.
Everybody did.
That was the thing. Everybody thought it was.
I was going to bed when it popped up on my phone. I'm like, And then I saw it was I'm like, no, that's two real sources posting that. And then I went on ESPN. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
27.5.
Okay.
Yeah. 8.2 rebounds, 7.7 assists, and 46% field goal percentage.
Yeah.
Those are solid numbers, man.
28, 8, and 8 from a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, I get that he showed himself to be fairly lazy, but you find a way to make that work.
Yeah, but okay, so let's put into this comparison. And I know that's what a lot of people have said. Zion, Luka.
Yeah.
Yes, Luka has had some conditioning issues. I'll call them issues, maybe challenges. He obviously likes the beer too, which, doesn't help. But he still fucking produces.
Yeah.
Regardless if he's 30 pounds overweight or like at his peak weight of what he's been at when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
It didn't fucking matter. He still performed.
World
Zion, not so much.
No.
So what happened to Wembanyama? Is he doing anything?
He's really good.
Stud. He's still a fucking stud.
He's really good, but man, he had a really embarrassing flop in last night's game. Anybody see that one?
No.
It was very egregious. It's like, dude, don't do that.
He's playing the superstar card, man.
Yeah.
Hoping to get the call. And let's face it, like superstars, 70-30 are actually probably going to get it called in their favor.
Dude, I think they were playing. I feel like they were playing Memphis the other night when he blocked the guy without leaving his feet and took the ball from him in the air. It was incredible. It was hilarious.
He's averaging 24, 11, and roughly 4 assists and a steal a game. It's pretty
How
good.
many block? What's his
He's
average?
Averaging over 3 blocks a game.
They don't have that stat in here.
Well, they should.
Oh, here it is. Blocks.
He's a fucking center.
3.4.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I knew it was over 3 a game.
Oh, let me read this.
And there's several games he's had like 8 to 10.
8, yeah, like way up there.
Here it is. 22.7 points, 11.4 rebounds, 3.6 block shots, 3.4 assists, 1.5 block shots, and 2.8 threes in an average of 33.1 minutes. And what's up, Yannick?
Thank you, Ken.
Appreciate it.
Like, subscribe, notification bell. Everybody knows the deal. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, we're working on the Discord server.
Patreon
in
and all that fun
the
stuff.
Patreon page.
Still in the works.
Oh,
Yeah, Oh, go ahead, Steve.
And just for reference, the Patreon page is just give us $5. Like you're not gonna get shit. Just give us $5. That's the only tier.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
I said, Yannick, C's taking French. You guys can communicate at Expo if she comes with me.
S'il vous plaît.
Yeah.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, it's cool what they're doing. They're like taking 6 weeks of each language. So she's doing French first, then Spanish, then Japanese, and then German. So they're trying to give her, 4 languages that they offer in most school districts around here. And then basically you get to choose in 2 years what you want to do. So
Latin.
next year she could,
Go Latin.
I took Latin myself, but
4 years.
4 years too.
Deutsch.
Nothing like 4 years of a dead language.
Yeah, but
Yes.
I have an outstanding vocabulary and excellent diction because of it.
Well, medicine, like
Yeah, that's why I took it, because I was going into biology, so made things a lot easier.
yeah, I wanted to be a doctor, cardiologist specifically. So like, and at the time, now I'm sure shit has changed probably over the years, but like prescriptions were written in Latin.
A lot of the drug names have, when I hear the wife talk about stuff, I hear hints of some Latin, but not as much as it previously was.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what
There's
I'm getting
some
at.
stuff
Like
that it's-
years ago, that's why you look at a fucking prescription, and 99% of the time you'd have no idea what the fuck it says
yeah.
because it was in Latin.
Now they could call it zippity doodah for all we know. Are you taking your zippity doodahs today? Because I don't know. I'm sure Ozempic and all those other ones have some kind of meaning to them, but I whether it's the structure of the biochemistry of it or how it works, but I'm a little out of the game for the past 24 years.
The two of you need to exit the office
Why, Dad?
because I'm sick and tired of catching Trooper in my peripheral vision trying to jump Charlie.
Oh,
Literally jumping from behind.
no. No. Bad dog.
Past 2 nights, man. I like. Not that I give a shit if my dogs are gay, but like, like what? Why all of a sudden the past 2? Dude, fuck, go. Jesus. Dude,
Well, this is starting out tremendously.
you need to like freaking knock him off or something, man. Jeez. Don't just let it happen. At least ask for a reach around or something. Damn. Sorry.
Cup the balls. Cup the balls. Jesus.
Well, neither one of them have them. So. Not much to cup. Hey, remember.
The freight train derailed quick on this episode.
Oh no. We've had him derail within a matter of a few minutes.
Yes.
It's been known to happen.
Yeah.
But as I said, if we actually were to create a survey of the average IRP listener listens for X amount of time. Why do they listen? Because they want to hear what we're going to say next. The average IRP hater watches for this amount of time, which is going to be longer. Why? Because they want to hear what we have to say next. And usually it's to steal our ideas. But
yeah, it's usually their research department. What, Michael?
Yeah.
I said you have those?
Yes.
What,
No
surveys?
shit. Haters.
Come on, man.
Michael's
God,
on.
I'm glad I'm sitting down for that revelation. Nobody would actively come out and say it. But oh yes, we have plenty. We know we do.
So I could just go to Lake Superior and give somebody a piece of my mind, which I've never done before.
Never. Not quite yet, Orlando, but well
I think
played,
that's Friday.
well played. For some.
Yeah.
For those who actually celebrate. Oh, excuse me. Even without the current situation, we didn't celebrate it for reasons. First couple years, we would like give each other shit. After that, it's like, what's the point? Like shit's 5 times the normal price. Why? And you can't tell me it's supply and demand either.
Supply chain. Tariffs.
Pre the bullshit that's been transpiring. A dozen roses doesn't go from like almost $10 to like $50, $60, $70.
Where the hell were you buying? Were you buying roses at Walmart or the gas station for $10 for a dozen?
Depends on where you went.
I say everywhere around here has always been $40, $50, but I don't buy them because the wife doesn't care for roses.
The only time they should be $40 or $50 is during Valentine's Day. However, that's still a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Walmart and Albertsons and a lot of the grocery stores, actually, their roses are actually pretty fucking nice, man.
Yeah.
And they're cheap.
I don't know.
And they're cheap, except for Friday.
Yeah.
Well, except for like the few weeks leading up to Friday.
Yeah. I spent $40 on Valentine's Day, or $30. I don't remember what it cost. I already gave it to the wife, so it didn't matter.
It's been a big fat this for a lot of years.
Yeah, we don't actually buy each other anything on Valentine's Day. We just, I got her something I knew she'd like and said, yeah, it's for Valentine's Day.
You better hope she doesn't watch this show, man. You're going to start digging yourself an early grave.
She doesn't care one bit whatsoever. I got so lucky with her that she has no care about any type of material possessions whatsoever. None. And she's never, her and I, neither one of us ever came from money. So not having money and super expensive, nice things isn't anything that she cares about.
Really, Vinny? You go off camera, you pour a damn drink or whatever, and you didn't put your shit on mute. Really? Really? How long have we been doing this now? How long?
Not long enough.
Still learning.
Rainbow.
That's
rainbow.
Now it's 2. It's now 2. I'm gonna start tabulating them. What, Dave?
Our votes for next year? We're tabulating votes? Did I hear that?
No. You must have been hearing things.
Hey.
Like usual.
Yeah, stop listening to the voices in your head, dude. Like that's part of the problem.
I was gonna say it's like the Last Supper crowd there. There's that many people standing around talking.
Kind of hard to hear one person over the other, right?
Yeah,
it's a bunch of
It's like a press conference right now in a specific city. Same gargling, mumbling, rambling diatribe of nothingness. Yes.
No, that doesn't happen ever.
I didn't send you the food I made this weekend, Dave.
You didn't.
I made homemade calzones on Sunday.
There you go.
Stuffed
Hey,
with
John.
ricotta, mozzarella, hard Parmesan, and prosciutto.
Nice.
And then Saturday, I made homemade Alfredo fettuccine. And I'm going to make it again tomorrow since I don't have to work. I had enough stuff to do it twice.
What's going on, John? Yeah. I know I won't see Tristan on Valentine's, but I'll be down there probably Saturday unless something happens. Probably. I don't know what I'll make. I'm sure she'll listen to, like, this will be the one part she'll listen to the show.
Yeah.
I made it, I think, about a month ago. Again, it's nothing fancy because I don't mind making the homemade stuff, but again, if it's in a bottle and it tastes good enough, I'm not going to sit there and lament over make it homemade. Yeah, it tastes better homemade, but I'm not wasting the time for Alfredo sauce. But it's like bow tie pasta. The only way I cook bacon is in the stove, in the oven, and green peas, and then an Alfredo sauce, and then like black pepper on top, and so good. So simple.
The Alfredo I made Saturday is the best Alfredo I've ever eaten. Any restaurant, anything. And it was the most simple recipe you could ever have. And it took 10 minutes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
No, I'm about
But
taste and quickness. I don't want to be sitting there, especially when you get done with work. That's the last thing I want to fucking do.
correct.
I'm
100%. That's why I just cook on the weekends.
Yeah, I tell Trista that's like the only time I eat like really good. Otherwise, during the week, I'll eat some chocolate bridge mix as a supper, like tonight.
I think that's like my fourth skeins. Not that I'm complaining, but anyway, sorry, Dave.
Or I'll make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or I'll make cotto salami sandwiches. And like, I don't care. I just don't want to worry about eating food. I mean, I've eaten enough in my life. A bag of popcorn is good enough. I don't care. Take my time on the weekend. And, like this weekend, I made my homemade chicken noodle soup.
Oh.
And that stuff. I mean, that with my chili are the two things I will put against anyone's. And
yeah,
chili's good. Chili is definitely good. Definitely good.
It's like, hey, let's all eat chili. Joe, I don't eat red meat. Oh, motherfucker. Everybody else, I'm not really hungry. I'm like, I've got this vat of chili. Literally a vat of chili. You guys got to eat something. I'll try a bite.
I didn't just have a bite, damn it.
I know, but I mean, I'm just like, it's like the dollar box, and everybody got the dollar box, and like, I'm good.
The problem is you made too fucking much, man.
No.
Yes.
That doesn't exist.
No, because stuff like that tastes better day after day after day. All those flavors build.
Oh, so good.
You know, I think, not to change the subject, but I think I'm just gonna have to buy a Dominguez rookie because, like, after 5 hangers, you would have thought I would have pulled a fucking Dominguez rookie. I pulled a rookie debut last week.
You got enough holidays and schemes.
I keep pulling Skeens and Holiday. Not that I'm complaining. And I pulled the rookie debut of Holiday too. I didn't show that one. So.
The thing I do for the chili, and I think we talked about it before, is like I don't think I'd make it there. I'd either make it at my brothers or make it up in Ely, like the night before. Chill it, even in containers. Get something from the deli and have a smaller container. Like you get maybe if you went to your deli and there's small a cheesecake sort of dessert or something like half the size of that box. Something like that.
They have dry ice dispensers now at stores.
Really?
Yeah, I was at Meijer and they have a dry ice dispenser. So in theory, you could put the stuff in there, throw some dry ice on it, and ship it away.
Oh, yeah.
Galaxy's food comes in that dry ice. The farmer's dog.
Yeah.
And I mean, I take those. I mean, those plates of food are frozen, and it actually hurts your fingers after you've taken out the 20th one. Your fingers are froze.
I wouldn't know about that.
And this is just for Ed.
Just Charlie's still loving the fresh pet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Galaxy, I think, is over the farmer's dog.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't like the beef. He doesn't like the chicken. He likes the turkey, and he likes the pork. But the other two he doesn't care for.
Charlie loves both the beef and the chicken.
Now, regular beef, I was making a stew, and I cooked him 6 pieces of beef, and then I cracked 2 eggs, and I mixed the eggs with the beef. He tore that apart, loved it.
Yeah.
But whatever concoction they put together, he is not a fan of that beef. But he likes the turkey. Turkey and eggs he likes. I usually put an egg in there with his, if I make something in the skillet. I even do ground beef, and then I'll throw an egg in there with it, and he usually tears it up pretty good. It's better than kibble because it's just burnt to death, no nutrients whatsoever.
I'll never feed a pet that again.
Yeah, no. And I feel bad that I did it because Ghost could eat a whole bowl himself a day. He just sat there because when we got him, they weren't feeding him right or something because he sat there and it took us a week or two to get him from unguarding a bowl because Dryden would go to eat and he would start growling at Dryden. And then probably 3 weeks in, those two were laying together and they never separated their entire time together because they were within, I think, 1.5 years of each other. And once they bonded, those two were inseparable. And even the little dog, he was more close to Dryden than he was to Ghost because Ghost was just annoyed with everybody. He's my wife and a dog. And but even now, I think Galaxy's starting. The wife almost did it yesterday. She almost convinced me. She showed me this dog, and it's either an Aussie or a.
No, I'm getting the husky.
Yeah, there's a husky too. There's a husky He's gray with blue eyes, and then there's Aussie that he's half brown and half white, and then he has a brown stripe with the white and a white stripe with the brown, and he's just I don't know if I could do it again. It's I don't know. It's like I got the little man, and I just cherish him while I got him, and I lost too many in a row. It was Ghost and Dryden and Nolan, and I'm just need a break of loss. And I think C did too, because I was like, what the heck is that noise? Because she'll put on like white noise to go to bed, like rain, or either that or she plays like Billie Eilish, like soft music. And I'm like, what is that noise? She was in there crying over something. I'm like, what are you crying for? She's like, listen to this song. It's like something about dogs. And I'm listening. I'm like, child, why are you doing this to yourself? Why? Don't do it to yourself on a school night. All you're going to do for 2 days now is go like that for 2 days because you cried yourself into a runny nose. And she was just like, I miss my dogs. And I was like, yeah, I know. I miss them too. So I look at them every morning when I wake up. So because Steve asked where I put them, they're smack dab right on the wall. As soon as I open my eyeballs, there they are.
Baby Charles.
No, that's Krista had her youngest dog this weekend, but it's I don't know. She'd have to. It's like not a long hair, but it's some type of a lab thing. I don't know what kind. I'm not a big dog person, as everyone knows. That the small yippers are shockingly the ones that I enjoy. But that one, I liked it. Again, if a dog isn't like a cat, because cats most of the time don't want to fucking be. You just let them sit and you pet them and you pet them. Most dogs are like that. You can pet them for a good while. Lily was not that. Try to pet Lily, and if she wanted to go out, she'd fucking like hop back like you're playing, but then she'd go towards the door. It's like, no, I want to pet you, you asshole. Get over here. You don't want belly rubs. You don't want like the side scritches. It's just like, what's wrong with you? You're just so. We've talked about that, and she's like, I thought it'd be longer, and I said, I always want dogs around. I don't, and not just one. I want a herd of them. Doesn't even have to be corgis. It's just I want little pups that are wanting to be scritched and scratched, and I said that's what we're gonna have to get. We're gonna have to get 2 at a time, at least, because it's like they need somebody to like play with or do something with. So I just keep sending her shit on Instagram from places.
I'd like to have a basset hound. I like bassets. I'd like to have one.
What's Charlie?
Charlie is a mix. I'm gonna say she's got the other dog she was found with. He seemed to have more pit in him. I'm not sure if she has any, but to me, she has a lot of Jack Russell.
Okay.
But no, I don't know what she is. She's a mutt. Aren't you? You are.
No, so yeah, it's just like you keep looking at dogs and it's like,
Yeah, I really like Aussies, but Aussies require a lot of work and exercise. They're working dogs. They hang around.
Yeah.
When Dryden was a baby, if something got in this backyard, he would just like a wild man. He could run. Good God, could he run?
Yeah.
And he would chase stuff down, and he would never catch it. He would just be ahead of it. And he just wanted to chase after it. It wasn't until Ghost came around that they like double teamed, and you go this way, I'll go this way, and he'll get in the middle and we'll just grab him.
Yeah.
And Galaxy, he goes after anything that gets in the yard except squirrels. For some reason, a squirrel could sit there and whack him in the head with a nut. He'll just look at him. But rabbits, he chased down a little baby bunny into in our drainage thing that comes off the house. So we got him in the house, and then the bunny was in there, and we got him out of the tube, and he goes bouncing away. I was like, why is he going nuts? So that's where he was. He chased a little baby rabbit into the drainage thing.
Yeah. The min pin we had when I was growing up, she'd kill baby bunnies if she found the nest. And then
lucky for us.
Then she'd bring them in the house. Say, look what I did.
Yep. Bringing you a present.
Yep. My boxer, he was big dumb baby, which that's just boxers. That's their personality and everything. But one time he was digging in a flower bed out back of the house, and he pulled a big ass rat out of the ground and killed it. He was just flinging it in the air around the yard. And it was a big rat.
My aunt had a boxer. He was a gigolo. He went around and he's like, there's baby boxers all throughout the area. And he came home one time and from his little trip that he got loose. And he had 5 or 6 rounds of buckshot in his butt. They shot him. They literally shot him. And I remember my grandpap and my dad took him to the vet. They go, and he's just sitting there like nothing. He's walking fine. He's like, they shot me. He's like, I had fun. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And they shot. Then that dog's owner shot me.
He's just like, worth it.
Yeah. Because it was in the 70s and or early 80s too. He was not fixed. And then my grandfather would build some other contraption to try to keep him in his house. Because, I mean, short of air condition, he had the most dolled up house outside because he wasn't an inside dog. Unless it was really cold, then he would go in my aunt and uncle's basement, but he was an outside dog.
Yeah.
And he was something rusty. He was a piece of work. My aunt found him. She worked in a courthouse. And she felt something licking her leg, and she looked down, and there was this puppy. So she picked him up and asked my uncle, and she brought him home. And he lived to be 16.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he was. Well, my grandfather, he never ate kibble. He always ate pork chops. And my grandfather would bring him a meal every day. He's like, here. And I'm like, and my aunt had wet dog food that she would give him. But my grandma was like, I ain't giving him that. They had the same dog food on the shelf for like 7 years. Like, is that stuff even still good? Because she, like I said, he would get him ham bones, and he would just sit there and tear stuff apart. Pieces of steak. My grandma would cook for him. I'm like, who's getting steak? She goes, the dog. I'm like, of course she is. I don't get the steak. The dog does. Well, you don't want that steak. That steak's still good. I'll get you a T-bone. Oh, okay, Granny.
My boxer only made it to 6.5, but he was considered geriatric at that age too. Boxers are considered geriatric at 6 years.
Damn. Yeah, he was 77, 92. Hold on. 12, 15.
Wow.
Take you outside to shoot your ass.
She says I'm geriatric.
Huh.
and I'm going to get the old Yeller treatment here shortly.
Oh,
You won't even get that.
only we were all so lucky.
Yeah, I'm made to like the Kisses song. I'm made for loving you. I'm made for suffering. That's what my dad always said. He goes, "You're going to live to your 90 because he wants you to suffer, and you're going to enjoy it."
Just
It's like when
let
in
me
Harry
go.
Potter, he goes, "You're." I say that to myself every day. He goes, "What did he say?" He goes, "You're going to suffer, but you're going to be happy about it."
Yeah. I'll take going out like Malkovich and Of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
You guys are all in trouble.
The rabbits, George Kaboom. Who was the other guy? It was Malkovich and who else?
Gary Sinise.
I was about to say Gary Sinise wasn't in that one.
Yep. Malkovich played Lenny.
Yeah,
I don't remember what Sinise's character was named. I can't remember.
I forget. I haven't read
always
that
remember
book
Lenny.
ever.
Okay, what now? I certainly have not seen that video.
Yeah, it's quite entertaining.
What the hell is
Yes.
Mahomes Sr. doing out of jail? That motherfucker can't stay out of jail with DUIs. He should be in prison.
And John Rocker just doesn't need to be in the public. He is
Yeah, he's not a good human.
no.
Mahomes Sr., if in fact it's him, he looked a little young. Just throwing that out there.
He did look the guy in the video.
Mahomes should be in jail.
Yeah, he did kind of look young. So if that's his father,
Yeah, and I don't see Mahomes Sr. like with a fucking hoodie on covering his
yeah,
head.
it was
Like
just
that's like a youth thing.
Well, if he
That's
did
the-
look young, hopefully Drake wasn't around.
But like that's a generational thing. And Mahomes Sr. being what 60 something?
Belichick.
That man's living the dream.
Yep.
Yes, but Belichick looks old.
Yeah.
You don't
Mahomes
think
Sr. does not look old except for in mugshots.
Well, no, this guy looked like he was youth.
Yeah.
And again, like, I'm not questioning. It could be. I'm not saying it is or isn't. But I just don't see somebody in their, in their 60s out in public with their fucking hoodie on with it actually covering their head. Yes, Belichick always had his hoodie, but
He looks pretty young for being 54 years old.
Yeah.
Then again, when I looked at it, it's not like I had I wasn't listening to it with the volume on or anything either. So, but
I apologize.
for what?
Sleep.
Because I said he looked pretty good for 54 years old. Well,
I am not.
Yeah.
54.
I know you're not 54.
Yet,
Hey, you're right there too, buddy.
No, he's not. Younger than me.
I turned 46 in less than a
You'll
month.
be there sooner than you think.
You'll be closer to 60 by the time I'm 50.
You know what? Stephen Crett.
Oh, I didn't fucking stutter. You heard me.
I'm a big
Come on, better half.
Michael's the baby.
You know what?
You-
I will be
you-
in New Orleans, and you're not too far away. Actually, I'll be in Shreveport, which is even closer.
I'm only in the baby in like actual years.
You waste your time.
I'm every bit of 75.
Yeah.
No, that's
I have a
your
90-year-old soul, so I know you're feeling. 60s.
You have a
movie.
nice reflection too.
Thank you.
That's off his head though.
Yeah. And after she kicked me in the head with that ball, Judas Priest.
Steve, it was
Yes.
so funny. It was hilarious. I think she gave him a mild concussion.
I was a little dizzy for a while.
It was so funny. He didn't move fast enough, and she drilled him in the head,
I mean,
punching from about 20 feet away. So it was still going up, and she just drilled.
And I thought she kicked already. So I looked down at a text from the group chat, and then I saw it.
No. Do not blame it on the fucking group chat.
Wait a minute.
No. It was Anthony had his head in the phone, and she kept telling him to be present, Dad, be present. Oh, I'm watching. Oh, I'm watching.
Serves you fucking right then, dude.
It was hilarious. I was laughing so hard. Tim looked at him, and he was trying not to laugh. He had to turn around, and you could see his arms and his chest moving, and he was freaking dying.
I just big red mark.
No, it was literally right here.
Hey, at least I headed it right.
You didn't head it right.
No, actually you didn't, because that would require you to have been paying attention.
This is true.
You can't call it a header if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Come on.
I did duck I looked up, saw it coming, and then I ducked my head because I didn't want it to hit me in the glasses. Because if I break another pair of glasses,
he didn't even move. Don't let him fool you.
You could talk what you want, but I was there. I'm the one that got hit, so I know what I did.
Well, she was there too.
Exactly, Dave. Hide.
She was there too, along with others. Do we need to get Tim on here, and so we can get multiple sides of the story?
Okay.
I wish we had a video of that.
Whatever.
Is there any security footage we can drum up and?
Yes.
Yeah, there probably is, because there is a camera right there.
Well, somebody needs to get hold of that footage so we can.
I wish
I'll
it was.
text Lisa in the morning and ask her for it.
Yeah.
Pull it, clip it.
Oh, 100%. Then you guys can laugh your ass off too, because he looked like a dumbass.
Well, that's not saying much, though.
It is true.
You know I love you, brother. I love you.
And Rennie just gets up, grabs a shovel, starts going out back. Like, you guys don't even have to worry about this. I'm digging myself a grave. Fucking.
I wish it was summer instead of we're going to get a snowstorm tomorrow. I wish it was lightning. Go stand in the back with a shovel.
I could give you a metal pole.
Yeah. Super Bowl. How was the Super Bowl, Dave? I think that's our segue to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
No, soccer to the soccer ball to
football.
Digging a grave. No, not anywhere close to a segue.
Super Bowl. Dave, take it away.
No. You're failing miserably, and you're on mute.
I know I am.
So don't try and talk.
Just because you made a few videos.
Hey, I've been giving it the college try.
I didn't say that, but
of course I opened a mail day with a Christmas present in it. That was ingenious.
Well, that's the disadvantage of opening stuff live, which is why a lot of us kind of stopped doing it live.
Yeah. Because
you open just to make sure, and it's like, okay, this is actually mail day stuff. This is a gift, so it's like you can talk about it.
Yeah.
Or you could be like me and do one of these, really fast, so you can't see it.
That would be the thing if I had 6 envelopes or whatever. I'd open, pre-shing them or pre-cut them. You'd open it sort of just to the right, left, above, whatever camera. Look and be okay, this is for just for something going on down the road. So we'll put that away for now and get to the next one. And
My problem, mine was only a 2 package mail day, so it got cut real short. And the other one was not exciting at all. It was a bunch of Topps Chrome from early 2000s.
You were excited about it. That's all that fucking matters. Remember, here's the thing.
It's just a hobby.
Motherfucker. That's
You brought that on yourself, Steve.
Fuck you,
yes,
Michael.
he did.
Bottom line is, most people make videos for themselves. So
Yeah,
who gives a shit?
I make mine for the
show?
bitches.
What's your wife think of that?
She likes it if it's monetized.
But it's not.
No. I don't think she'd be worried about the type of women that would be interested in my card videos. She'd probably be about as interested as I would be.
There's only a small handful of them that have probably been stumbled across that
Ooh,
are somewhat decent to look at.
Is that Brunel?
That is Brunel, yes. Somebody who he doesn't do a whole lot with. Lately, I should say. I need to rephrase.
I think I've done more with him than anyone else the last month. Him, Derek Lee, and Cliff Lloyd. That's
because you got a burr in your ass. That's why.
well, yes,
stuff-
and
That's
that's
stuff
where
is
the-
available.
and that's where the price point is. So if I want to have a couple cards come in that are, oh, I like that card. Oh, I like that card, and $3 to $5. I'm
As long as you don't love it. Because then we know what happens if you love it.
I love it, and I'm going to get 7 more copies, and it's the only reason I do it. Vinny, it's just a
Hobby?
Did you see somebody taking the place that says that of somebody else in a specific group the other day?
No, can't say that I know what you're talking about.
I don't care.
You'll
Talk
have to
about
pull
it
us later.
after
and-
hours.
And Ty, that's only fans. If you're gonna throw it out there, make sure you get the nomenclature right.
Yeah, come on, Tyrone. Jesus Christmas.
What was it? The 0304 Topps Pristine Refractor, and they're numbered to 59. Came up, what? Yes, was it last night? Yeah, last night. That thing went for $283.
Well, I tried to buy my first thing courtesy of the Bob, and I got crushed.
Lewis.
First time I had seen one ever. 97 Pinnacle Express, the gold to 200. Yep. I thought $69 was a little high. My own personal opinion. But yeah, I got smoked. But again, it's not something that you see often, and I don't think I've ever seen one. And it had quite a few eyes on it, which of course never helps.
No.
And like, it's not that it's not like I couldn't have swung it. But again, I want to acquire as much as possible with said gift from Bob.
Well, you want both
And that would have
quantity and
quality. Yep. And that would have.
I'm going to get a 80 card lot, 90 card lot. That's stuff I need to fill holes. And it's like, well, I'd rather get, let's say, 6 to 8 cards or somewhere in that neighborhood, and be like, and I'm filling like the Pacific to like 52. Here's a Pinnacle something. Here's a score, final score. Here's something else. Here's a refractor, something that's like, or the MVP if you didn't have that for
which I don't.
Gold, like either the Topps one or the gold script or the super. There's stuff that you're like,
Yeah, but what did I knew I wasn't going to go after it, but 2002? What was Portis's rookie year? Was that 02? That's 02. And then 03. Was Ed Reed in 03?
2.
Reed was in 2 also?
Yep.
Okay.
See, folks, if you vote for the IRP for the Hall of Fame, this is what you get. You actually get knowledge. Just saying.
But it was a TD. It was one of the refractors, and it was numbered to 20. And I can't remember what variation it is.
Finest would be the gold or the X-Fractor.
It was not the gold. But it didn't look X-Fractorish, which is kind of interesting because that's originally what I thought it was. But it's not important. In this situation, it's not important. I had seen a couple over the last few months surface. And again, I knew I wasn't going to go after it. It's a great card, low numbered, but it's 2000s, numbered to 20. Not as super rare as what you would expect, so to speak. But it sold for like over $200. And it's like, no. And that's really where I've been struggling because, okay, maybe not struggling. I just find it interesting that like certain things, and yes, I understand rare inserts, like we all know this. But when I look at like autographs out of like decent products, higher end products numbered to 5, 10, 15, selling for $100 on card. And yet a refractor numbered to 20 selling for over 200. Yes, I get it. Shit's over 20 years old, harder to come by. But I'm struggling with the fact of some of the price differences and the variances in some of the stuff. I feel like it's gotten worse than what it was when we brought this up years ago.
Try buying old Favre.
I could understand.
It's ridiculous. I can't own anything, any of the nicer sets of Favre.
What, 5 bills and up at a minimum on a lot of it?
Depending on what the card is.
I'm just saying lower end, but like
the cheapest autos you can get are like Leaf for like $100.
And there's like a Stadium Club, and I don't even know where that's at. Like the Lone Star Signatures 01 or 02. That's usually what? And again, it used to be because that was one I'd always look at. Like a 150, 175 for like that.
Yeah, I was looking at them today for reasons.
Well, SP Rookie Threads in 07, it's nice looking card, but it's a sticker. And I know like Michael wants on card. Like that's the preference.
His autographs actually aren't all that crazy expensive. Even some of the older ones. If you're going to use the squeaker, I'm going to take it away.
But Dad, I'm having fun.
Yeah, she wants attention. But now there's an old playoff honor set that it's like the award winner signature. TD, I think, is in it.
2000.
Is that the black ink?
No, Favre's in blue. They're horizontal cards, but it's Favre's 3 years of the MVPs, 95, 96, 97.
Okay.
And it's a really neat card. They're not super hard to find. And you can typically pick them up for like $120. And it's a really nice looking card.
And they're on card too.
Yeah.
Leaf makes some nice stuff. There's stickers, but if you just want to get a Favre auto, and he's someone you like, but he's like not number one for you, and you just want to get it. Some of the pictures are good enough where, you know, they cut him off here. You kind of see the top.
And if he's looking dead straight on, you're not going to see the logos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They do a good job of that. There's a Lemieux out there where he's coming down the ice, and he has no penguin on the jersey.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty good for being, there's an acetate set. And I think I got all the way up to number 5. I don't think I have the 101, but I have a good bit of the other ones.
Well, if it's Leaf, there's 17 101s.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
My problem with Leaf is not specifically talking about Favre, because his signature is pretty similar over everything. But man, there's a lot of Leaf products out there, and you look at those sticker autos and you compare them to the sticker autos from other companies, they are not the same. It's like Leaf, they could not, the athlete could not give two shits about signing Leaf stickers, because they're probably not getting paid as much as they are by Panini and Fanatics, because there's just a lot of really bad looking signatures out there, and it'll be from the same year. You look at a Panini autograph, and then you'll look at a Leaf autograph, and they're not close.
Well, for something, you know, at least from Vinny's perspective, you got Lemieux coming down the ice. Depending on how close of a picture it is, but you don't see the penguin, that to me is a shit job. Because to me, if you're gonna have unlicensed for the leagues, get it to where you're not.
Their shoulders are turned, and you see the back more than anything, and the front's covered.
Most of the time, they are.
Yep. Yeah, hockey lends itself really well to hiding the logos.
Of course, you would have an account.
That's a pretty card.
Yep. That'd be it.
Are they team colors?
Oh, that's what it is. If you look under his picture in the back, I don't know if it'll pick up, but Hot Box X Factor.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe then that could be, but they're not designated as that, at least not that I've seen from an eBay listing perspective.
No. I'm sure people don't take a peek at that. They see this right here, like, oh, X Factor done.
I mean, of course, in a picture, it doesn't do it any justice. But, you know, seeing it, it's stunning. And TD's background is blue, Michael. I don't know if that's consistent across the teams.
I think it is, because I know the Ed Reeds all look purple.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I knew it would be a stunning card. But again, even now knowing that it's quote unquote hot box X Factor, which I'm sure hot boxes were probably a lot harder in 02 than what they were, let's say, in 04. Because I know a lot of products advertised hot boxes in 04. And most products, it was like one per case. Jesus. He's breaking out some of the fucking low numbered McCown stuff.
Well, I know that when you start talking about it, I'm like, I know exactly what you mean, but
yeah, that's, even if I wasn't in the the same in my current situation, for
Huh.
instance. 3 of the 12.
That's
I
awesome.
think I got
Private
4.
stuff.
I just don't. It's the part of being organized.
I still couldn't have justified spending over $200 for that card.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Pretty card, and it's definitely a need. But when I can get some nice autographs and not leaf for $200. Rookie patch auto.
The gold.
Yes, and I can call that a patch even though it's a single color because it's a rookie patch auto. And multicolored. Had the premium. When did that actually change? From like a Beckett specific call out.
I think it was early on because I remember like the old Upper Deck game jerseys were 1.5 times for
Yeah,
multiple
97.
colors.
Yep, 98. I know.
And then I think it was maybe like 99, 2000. It wasn't anything. They just didn't.
I thought it went up to 01 at least. Because like I can see the fucking jersey card. It's from Donruss Elite. Both had single players and double and two-sided. And I want to say that they were still listed. Multicolors had the premium.
Okay. And I'm guessing maybe something like that Leaf certified
Upper Deck XL. Huh.
65, the rainbow.
Yeah, the variation. That was a garbage product too.
But again, those are super nice. And again, if you can fucking find them,
Yep.
that's the issue. It's the shitty product. So
Yeah, printed to the moon because it was cheap.
yeah.
And that's another thing that a lot of people don't realize. Gridiron gear.
Nameplate.
That's high on my favorite set list.
So I bought a bunch of one touches. I've got snap tights that I fucking.
That's
Tape,
absolutely
man.
stunning. Yeah, number to 5. That's a nice looking patch too for Cardinals. Because outside of that, the only thing that tops a 2-color is the fucking logo. Is that the Emerald signature?
Yeah.
Jesus. 3/5 of them.
The non.
And then non-auto. Do you have the mirror black, Dave?
I've got. Again, that's the thing. I know I've got like another box of stuff that's got like the North Cut. It's like recent in the last like 6 years. Stuff that I just haven't. SP Authentic Black to 10. Don't see those popping. But I know I've got it. I just have to dig and
That's a clean looking card.
but again, see if the 12 there. I love those. Those are so tough to find. All jersey numbered. Bunch of the buyback to 10.
Jersey.
Dave's living proof that any card is valuable.
jersey number on this. Leather and laces.
Yeah, because value is based on what it means to the person who buys it and owns it. That's what we always try and express.
To you, it's Josh McCown, or it's Austin Meadows. Like Michael said, he goes, I ripped a Mike Trout to get an Austin Meadows, mini card. And to everybody else, it'd be a huge thing. But that mini card number to say 5 to Robert would be huge.
Yep.
And it's like ingrained. Was it ingrained? No, it was one of the products from Upper Deck. I can't think of what it was. That they had a card called Time Capsules. And it was a rip card, and inside was a mini. And somebody ripped one open and got the Lemieux number to whatever.
225.
So, I mean.
Did you buy it?
I have one. I'm looking at a second one now to see what it goes for. Because it's low numbered.
We're gold to 25.
And then if I look at the copies and see which one's the best, and if Joe needs one, I'll give it to him. It's the one cool thing about the hobby. I know a guy.
Yeah, Reebok.
So,
Reebok is better.
Well, I know.
Not that I needed to tell you that. But the other, like, I have a guy I've worked with the entire time I've been with the company I've worked for, and he bought a box when I was selling boxes years ago for his son for good grades, and it's still up on the channel. And I think his youngest is like 24, 25, somewhere like that. But they got back into cards, and they're baseball heavy. But it's one of those in which he wants to see the TD collection for the simple fact that outside of going to a card show and asking to see anything and everything and actually hold stuff, where else are you going to see stuff that comes out of a personal collection that, very multiple 101s and things along those lines? So keep telling them, like, it's a Game Gear.
that's a nice.
I know it's not, but
What's
Ready?
over your shoulder, Steve? Would be your left shoulder.
A shelf?
No. It looks like somebody's standing there like this. The other way. Oh, okay.
It's stuff on the shelves.
Yeah, it looks like a head on somebody. Like
No.
The kiddo's back here lurking.
No. They'd be right here.
Yeah. Usually they're up in your grill.
Yeah. Yeah. There would be no ifs, ands, buts about it. They'd be right there.
Yeah, because I'm looking. There's like a lot of shit I know I'm missing that I'm not seeing. Like I've got the elite aspirations and the status, and whatever one the jersey number is numbered to 3, and I've only seen 2 of those, and the one like that revealed the story was like $65 it went that one time. I'm like, I'm not spending that much. Again, if I would go back, I'd be like, yeah, I'd spend probably twice, 3 times that much. I've got one, but another leather laces.
That's out of absolute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hello, little man.
Easter eggs.
Rookies and stars.
That's not my boy.
Well, yeah, because you still hadn't even pulled out the 2 that I gave you for Christmas. The year
No.
before last.
That's not my boy.
Oh, the pull out.
Oh.
Gridiron Gems.
One of my favorite sets of all time.
Such a creative design with the pull out stuff. And I don't think anybody realized how hard those fucking cards were to pull.
Oh, impossible.
Compared to today?
Oh,
So I bought a. Did I get the full 16-box case or did I just get an 8-box inner? I don't remember now. But 08 gridiron gear. And, I pulled some nice patch autos, number to 50, like some nice stuff, but not a single gridiron gem pull out in an 8-box inner. The Pacific plates that were never quote unquote advertised as anything.
yeah.
Yeah, because Pacific, when you stumble across them, they have plates for the front and the back. If you can find them, usually you see the bulk of them being just the front, but they're not listed anywhere as if they were ever prime signatures. That was a great fucking set because that was the first year. Had a lot of the fucking killer, like 6-ways and stuff in that set. God, there were some killers.
And a lot of odd matchups too, or combos.
Yep. Gerard.
Harrington,
Yep.
McCown, and
Rohan Davey.
Yep. Where the fuck's the number on that?
Look at me fucking go.
I know. I had to look when I looked through. I was looking through.
He was LSU, right?
Yep.
And he threw that. He had a crazy Hail Mary that was short of the end zone, but ended up getting tipped and caught into the end zone, correct?
And yeah, I don't know if that was against Kentucky because I know that there's a couple games they had some wonkers against Kentucky. But yeah, I can picture him cocking the ball back and just fucking flinging it and hoping for the best.
Oh, that's an emerald. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff that I know that's not in here. So I got
is that the certified emerald camo?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like this stuff here that I remember from Facebook getting tagged in like the Raz groups, like, hey, there's the black 101 of this, and I'm just like, ugh. I remember paying $50 for that.
Yeah.
Even at the time, being like, man, that's not a good purchase.
Yeah.
And even in the lot of all this garbage.
I actually saw a card for sale today that I almost bought, even though it was kind of out of my wheelhouse. And it was a guy who had obviously bought like 75 of the Prism football sets that each one of them has the black 101 stars card in there. And he has had a spreadsheet of all the 101s he had left that were available for sale. But he had James Lofton on there for $200. And I almost jumped on that. I haven't purchased a James Lofton card. I have James Lofton cards, but none that I've actually purchased. And I almost did it. And then I'm like, why? Don't do that. You spend $200 on that. A Favre or Rodgers is going to pop up that you want to buy.
Right.
That is how it works.
Yeah, that's Michael's luck more than anybody, I feel.
Yeah. And if I'm going to buy a Lofton, I'll probably just buy one of the Fabric of the Game autos.
Something to 25 or to 5 or.
Well, and I mean, it's out of 80 because
Okay.
it's the jersey number ones. So, I mean, it's not a difficult card to find. That'll probably be what I end up with of him in the collection someday down the road.
Which would make sense because Certified being one of your all-time favorite sets.
Absolutely.
Well, Fabric of the Game specifically, but most people who have watched the show know that.
Yeah. I'm just sad I never got Clay in a Fabric of the Game auto set. He never had any of the autos, just the relics.
Yeah.
But I do have that pretty one, a driver. So that's a crazy hard card to find. I've never seen another copy.
What's it number 2?
10.
Okay.
I think. Maybe it's 25.
That's the one thing I hated with
numbered out of 10.
Fabric of the Game stuff. Sometimes it made sense, the numbering. Other times it's like, what?
Yeah.
Well, especially when Panini took over, just like the absolute patches.
Yeah.
It's like that Breeze was to 1. Now, was it 11 or 12? And that's why half the guys that we know upset. They're like, fuck it. Why are now? It's like that's the one.
Yeah.
1 or 2 or to 5, or somebody's to 3, and then 1 to 10, and then it's like, why? Again, if you're gonna do something like that, do make sure, like, hey, we're gonna have a ridiculous 101 version, or the Easter egg, like card 1 of 25 is gonna be like the best patch, or a shield, or something just stupid.
Yeah.
But no, it's always something that you fucking never heard of, and that's why people get frustrated.
Yeah.
Well, when I built that, I think it was
Rookies
Prime Cuts. I think it was Rookies Prime Cuts patch set that
Jumbos.
I built. Santana Moss was out of 2, and I got a copy of it. It was a damaged copy, but there's only 2, and you're not going to probably find the other one.
Yeah.
So I got it, and then I think there were only 2 short prints. Most of them were out of 25, and I believe it was Santana Moss out of 2, and Revis Pro Bowl was out of 10.
Well, when I went down the rabbit hole of doing the 2010 Mirror Gold patch set, like I jumped like head first until I realized, like, oh shit. I think there's 4 short prints because all of them are numbered to 50. Matt Ryan, I think, is to 15 or 10. Stafford is to like 20. I think there was one other short print. And then, of course, number one card, Beanie Wells, number to 5.
Yeah.
And the entire time putting that set together, I only saw the 1. and I had to spend $100 on it because it was a logo. But like, it's the last card I needed to finish the set.
Yeah.
Of course, it's the best patch in the entire set.
Yep.
So all in all, it's like really cool. But the price point was like, ouch.
The hardest card for me to find when I was building that set was the Ryan Kerrigan out of 25. And the one I got had a really boring patch where all the others seemed to have really nice ones. But Kerrigan was the guy I couldn't find, and it was probably a matter of nobody was listing Ryan Kerrigan cards on eBay.
Yeah. They didn't want to pay the price to list it.
Right.
And have it
Yeah, they go on people's value boxes to die.
Pretty much.
Or Vintage. I know Vintage collected him for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
his there's a guy on Facebook that he pops up every now and then, and he lists a bunch of, he has a lot of the really high-end cards of guys in that area, like AJ Green and Cam Newton. But the last time I saw, he had the Kerrigan 101 NT rookie auto for sale. But he doesn't put prices on anything. It's all, deal, no deal type stuff. And it's like, well, it's hard to make deals. But there's so many people don't understand, because he had like the AJ Green Topps Chrome refractor auto out of 5, the red. And people were going on there and offering like 125, 150 bucks. It's like, you don't understand how rare and hard to find those cards are. It's worth 10 times what you're offering.
Well, it took a while for people to realize, which it pales into comparison, considering the rarity aspect. But people didn't realize how rare the Topps Chrome blue refractor rookie autos from 06 were.
Mm-hmm.
They were numbered to 50. Doesn't seem overly difficult.
No.
But you didn't see a whole lot of them, and they weren't cheap. Cheaper than like one number to 5, of course, but still. I mean, you very rarely would see them in 06. And if you did, like, good luck. You weren't going to get it for cheap. Especially the Reggie Bush at the time. And in 06, we started seeing a little bit higher $100 as far as cards were concerned, because exquisite, of course. But I think the blue was going anywhere between like $500 and $700, and that was huge money in 06. Considering now it's like there's nothing.
That's a value box.
Oh, that's the best comparison though that you can really give it. $500, $600, $700. Like, most people weren't throwing around that type of cash.
And
I can guarantee you the freaking NT 101s in 06 were being snagged up for probably between $200 and $650.
Yeah,
all day long.
I'm sure, yeah. And you didn't see, like, in our heyday. I mean, I know there's big shit that was on. But I mean, among the folks we watched, you didn't sit there and see $200-$300 cards pop up even once a month, or even once every 2 months.
Yeah, they were rarer when it came to posting of videos.
Yeah, those were when people would post their Holy Grail or their Eleanor.
Yep.
That's when you saw cards that cost that much money.
Yeah. Or again,
And
Go ahead.
now $200-$300 cards don't even move the needle.
No.
I'm looking at a possibility of buying 2 Favres tonight, and I'm figure that's probably what they're going to cost is somewhere between $200 and $300 a piece, and I'm going to like them, but they're nothing too crazy special.
But as we say, it doesn't matter. You don't do it for what other people enjoy.
Correct.
Because if we all did that, we would have been broke a long time ago.
Yeah, because I would have had my Zion PSA 10 Prism rookies.
Trey Young and fucking.
No, John Morant, man. Come on. All about John Morant.
You have the whole gamut. I mean,
Well, John Morant was hard to grade. Almost every one of his cards was all the way. There was 90-10 left to right centering.
Yeah. And that's like another thing where you don't, like, the community doesn't understand that. Like, if you're popping out a mail day and you get the eBay, whatever that, the blue box, you know it's something that's got some expense to it. And those seem to be more prevalent and prominent, but again, back in the day, you spend 60 to 100 on a card, and that was a healthy chunk of change. And and I know others out there. I know Elon would get some big ones. I know Tyson NZ would get some big ones. But then like sevens, and I know they weren't super expensive, but they were super nice. Was always like that ultimate set. I'm like,
Yeah,
those are fucking tough because I got lucky. I think on two of the ones I read, I still got one copy of it. It's like the Pujols Ichiro, the 99, and I got both of mine for like 70. So I felt very good about that, but it's like a lot of those guys you just don't see. I mean, there's like I'm sure a Jeter, probably a Mariano, a Jeter Ichiro type one. I mean, maybe a Griffey Ichiro. I don't know the full set. I know that, but I know you had a lot of cool matchups with some of these players, and if you're trying to get both sets, you're trying to get the
silver and the copper.
Yes, so you're fucking trying to get the 99 and the 25 or the 50 or whatever it was. It's like,
didn't they have a Matsui
Ichiro?
Yeah, Hideki, yeah.
And that was one of the big cards that Michael.
Well, and I think Manuel DiMaggio was in it too.
So yeah, you had a lot of these upper deck exclusives. So I'm sure they're at some point in there too. There's some other old guys, probably a Williams was somewhere snuck in there, I'd imagine. And you just had all these players, and to see some of those mail days, it's like that back then. That was fucking high end shit.
Yeah,
now
some of them were huge, price wise, even then.
Yeah, and that's why you look at like when Ryan shows off some of those collections he's got. Bring into like fucking national or whatever to like a show. I'd rather see that than fucking all the other trash that everybody's like got the same stuff, the same Prism snakeskin or whatever. It's like, again, they're cool cards, but it doesn't, like Michael said, for some of those cards that back then would have moved the needle. Those don't move the needle for us. It's nothing that you sit there and you're like, man, I really wish I had the emu pelt, like fucking print. I'm like, I don't care. I just
Well, the prices that people are wanting for some of that stuff too, like finites or
that macabre.
nebulas and finites, like the asking price for something. It's like, I get it. Yes, they're 101s and they print the shit to the moon. So I get how difficult they are. But you're asking for way too much. But at the same time, people are paying some of those prices too. And of course, yes, I can't make the comparison because I don't even remember what year mine are. Hell, Michael probably would remember what my two finites are, what year they are. It's not really important. But, when I bought both of those, and I bought them, I think, like 2 months apart, same set, different variation.
Yeah, one was the base finite, and one was the Hall of Fame one, right?
Yep. And like combined, it was just over like $300 for both of them. And now most people are wanting $500 to $1,000.
Oh, those would sell for over 1,000 a piece.
Oh, I know they would because of the age of them.
Yeah.
But again, like the stuff now, $500 to $1,000. It's like they're newer stuff. Like, why?
Yep.
I mean, yes, I'd love to have another finite. I'd love to have a nebula. Like, I don't have a nebula.
I will say the new ones in this year's Prism that have the scope background in them, those are gorgeous. The nebula colors with that scope refractage are such beautiful cards. But they pulled that over because that's what they started doing. They started making all the off products that they did for basketball. They're doing it for football now because you get those nebula. It's called Nebula Choice because it's from Prism Choice.
Right.
And they've got no huddle, choice, first off the line, everything. I think the only thing they haven't done yet for football is T-Mall.
I'd say give it time, but the time is running low. So.
Yeah, they've only got one more year of licensing.
Well, you've already seen they started advertising Topps Chrome football.
Well, they've already made products.
Well, correct, but like they're already starting to push Topps Chrome football, even though it's not licensed by the league. It's NFLPA, just like basketball was.
Oh, in there. I'm gonna be getting off here pretty quick.
But it's like I look at all the big name 101 parallels, and I've got almost one of everything. I mean, I've got a mirror black. Granted, I don't have a mirror black auto, but I have a mirror black. I have finites. I have superfractors. I have the black diffractor from Topps Tech, but no Mosaic Nebula.
Yeah.
It's the only one that I don't have. And a lot of it has to do with I'm not willing to pay the price.
Well, yeah, the Prism from this year would be insanely expensive. Mosaic would be the cheaper thing, and it would still be outrageous.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was this year's or last year's. 2 different versions of the 101 sold for like four something. Like I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
Like I would rather pay 400 and something for an older gold vinyl. Or even a gold prism for that matter, numbered to 10. Some of the earlier years.
Well, the true gold typically sells better than the gold vinyl out of 5.
Which to me makes no sense.
It makes sense. I actually like it because the gold is a way prettier looking card. The gold vinyls are very dull. Panini didn't make bright colored superfractors. Their gold vinyl is very muted. You're on mute, Steve.
Oh, that was accident. I didn't actually mean to do that. Which I get that, but at the same time, it's superfractor-esque. Superfractor adjacent, in the words of Paul. But again, like, I don't have a gold vinyl. Granted, it's not a 101, even though there's some newer products that the gold vinyl is the 101, which again,
the only product that it isn't the 101 is Prism.
Which again makes no fucking sense. Why they would change that?
Exactly. They should have just not put the gold vinyl in Prism. Just kept it in Optic. That's where they had it in Optic and they had it in Spectra. They should have just kept them there. But they had to stick them in Prism just so they could have, 73 parallels instead of 72. And they couldn't make it a 101. Well, I mean, I guess they could make it a 101 since they have, it seems, 5 variations of 101s now for the rainbow.
Pretty much. That's
5
what
different.
it is.
You got Finite, you got the No Huddle Black, you've got the Nebula choice, and then you've got the Black Stars, and you've got the Shimmer. All those 101s. That's just crazy.
We all know it's the money grab, and
but
that's
I am correct. They've still got one more year, right?
I
think they still get to make through 2025 because they got the exclusive starting in 2016. And they had a 10-year contract, so 16 through 25 would be 10 years.
Yeah, because Fanatics got the Players Association license a year early.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is why they were able to do Topps Chrome basketball and then Topps Composite football, Topps Motif football, that type of stuff. So they have the Players Association, but they won't get the NFL until next year.
Yeah, I think 26. Yeah, which that Composite and Motif, those are really good looking products if they had logos.
Oh, they would have been fantastic.
I hope they carry that over whenever they start making it with the logos.
Well, but what's interesting, like Topps Composite was pretty much Topps Chrome.
Yeah.
Which I find interesting that they're still pushing forward with Topps Chrome this year.
Well, because basically it was just like Chronicles is with Panini.
It was because it had
they had Topps
Finest.
Black, Topps Finest. They were in there, but there was Chrome seemed to be the base card in that product.
Yep. And then of course gold refractors because that was
because the Farb Gold Refractor Auto was gorgeous if you could get over the vomit from seeing the no logos.
And again, I've said this before, I don't have issues with no logos. It's all about how they do it. If it doesn't take away from the card and you're not looking at it and it's like there is something like blatantly missing here, like this just doesn't look right, then go back to the drawing board, figure out, do a different picture.
It's all I can see. I can't not see it because, I mean, the Packers only have one thing, and that's the logo on the helmet.
Yep. So unless they're like staring straight on, all is good. But it's the same thing with Denver. All they've got is pretty much the logo on the helmet, and then of course Broncos across the chest.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to not have that. But again, if you're getting too much of the helmet, it kind of takes away from the aesthetics of the card because it's unlicensed. But we all know that's going to change. It'll be interesting to see how Fanatics fucks it up.
Ruben might be in jail by the time they get it.
Well, at this point, who fucking knows what's going to happen? Panini's, and that's something like I'll bring this up and we can chit chat on it briefly. We can close off with a little Super Bowl talk because we are coming up on 2 hours. And I know Mike already told his wife that he was going to be getting off here shortly.
Yep, because my dinner is being cooked right now, and I'm going to go eat that.
But like Panini has, when you look at how manufacturers like would go out with a bang when they knew they were either going out of business or they were losing licenses, they like would usually go out with a bang. They just fucking load shit up.
Yeah.
On the retail side, they're like taking away all the potential and possibilities. You can't get shit.
They're going to sell their sheets of stickers autos to fanatics.
1,000%.
I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, what are they going to do with all those sticker autos that they have of all these people? Now, if some of those people have passed away on the football side, those could be lucrative to their.
They could.
We still
raw.
The craziest thing is we still get sticker autos of Gary Carter and baseball products from Topps.
How many of those did he sign?
He signed everyone ever made. I think they wiped signatures of other players so he could sign more of them.
Always possible.
Because they're the silver hologram ones.
Yeah.
That say top certified autograph. You know all those. And,
ancient.
Yeah.
Here's 10,000 of them. Sign all these per year.
Well, there was some sort of redemption deal when they were fucking with the redemptions.
Yep.
And there was like certain, like, trying to remember what year it was. It was like 12 or 13. They had those cards. And it was just a basic looking card with like the sticker on there. And Gary Carter was like the Hall of Famers. That if you didn't have like X amount of whatever redemptions come in, that was like sort of you get something, a pack of cards, a couple of packs, and that would be like your redemption thing.
Yeah,
and
because it was a sticker auto card of a card that wasn't in packs. Yep. I know the exact card you're talking about. I just can't remember what they were called and what year, but yeah.
And I'm just
remember those.
And then Leaf with Gordie Howe. I don't know how many Gordie Howe things were. I mean, they pretty much whatever stickers they could manufacture and produce. It's just like,
well, how about
was going down for the final game misconduct of his life, and it's like, hey, you got 8 more to sign. Come on.
Well, it was Leaf with Pete Rose and Stan Musial. Stan Musial is the most. I mean, you saw those products come out, and you saw those autographs and those signatures. And you're like, you should be in prison for elder abuse.
Yeah.
Those signatures were so bad. Felt terrible. And I know you like to think that Stan still had, all his faculties and he knew what he was doing. And he wanted to sign as many things as he could just because he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But man, a lot of it just looked forced. But anywho, I'm going to get off of here and go hang out with the wife.
Yep, go enjoy your dinner, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm eating frozen pizza. It's going to be awesome.
Oh.
Do you have Screaming Sicilian yet?
What's that?
The Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza?
No, I haven't even seen it before.
Well, if you see it, buy it. I had the stuffed crust last night, pepperoni.
Uh-huh.
It was friggin' on point.
Nice.
And the breadsticks, they have pepperoni and they have cheese bread. Oh, they're good. They were buy one, get one free, so they were $5 a piece.
Where'd you buy them at?
Kroger.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I was They have them at Walmart too, and I've
Okay,
seen.
I'll have to look at Walmart
You're
because they
freaking
have
good.
like. It seems like Walmart has about 8 different freezer doors worth of frozen pizzas.
Yeah, half the fucking freezer aisle in one section
Some
is
kind of
frozen pizza.
Some kind of pizza.
The pepperoni on those Screaming Sicilian, that one I had last night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they got it, but it was good.
I'll tell you, the cupped pepperonis that Pizza Hut's selling now on their pizzas are phenomenal. They have their regular pepperonis, but then you can choose cupped, which came out with like their Chicago pub style pizza or whatever it was. But you can get them on anything. Those come out super crispy, and they got a bite to them.
That's really what this does. This has a bite to it. And
it's got that spice.
And then I tried that Motor City that Dave talked about, and those are freaking good too.
Yeah. Okay, gents.
Good to see you.
Yep.
Till next week.
Yepper. And who knows? Maybe I'll have a card to show. I doubt it, but you never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wishful thinking.
Have a good one, guys.
You too.
Bye, Michael. And then there was 3.
Touch on the Super Bowl briefly, and let's call it a night because I'm getting tired.
I'm glad the freaking Eagles won. That's all I got to say. And it was a decent game.
You know, it was a fucking blowout.
But I enjoyed the ass whooping that I watched.
It was a fucking blowout.
I didn't want to have a close game and have it that the back of your head, like, when are the refs coming into play? That's what we had talked about. I was hoping the Eagles would win. We all picked Chiefs because we just figured it was.
I didn't pick the Chiefs. I picked the Eagles to win.
So did I. You're the lone wolf, my friend.
But so I'm glad. I don't like Philly. Listen,
I was close to the final score too, by the way.
Yes, you were.
Right here's the final score.
Gabagool.
So
I said 42-17.
Yeah.
It was 40-22. And it shouldn't have even been 22 because and I sent it in the group chat. Kansas City's first touchdown, they missed a fucking blatant ass holding call.
They missed that face mask for the Eagles on which caught too on the Chiefs. But that's a payback for all the other blown freaking calls.
Well, again, like when it's the playoffs, I would prefer to sit there and let them play. You know, ticky-tacky bullshit, like give it a rest.
Yeah.
But if it's something that 100% impacts some sort of outcome, i.e. Kansas City's first touchdown, and they missed a bad, blatant ass holding call, they should have called.
Better half said the same thing. As soon as you texted it, I said, well, you said it, and Steve texted it.
And, of course, you know, the freaking offensive pass interference early on. And when you have the announcer sitting there going, oh, there's our first controversial call of the game. Yeah. Like, they're even bringing it up. I'm sorry. And then you got Pereira coming in. It's like, yeah. They were hand fighting, hand wrestling. Like, no. That should have never been fucking called.
No, that's a let them play call.
My favorite. Go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
This is like a let them play no call. That's what it should be.
Yep.
You in the playoffs. Fuck that. I mean, come on now.
Well, there wasn't a push off. There wasn't an extension of the arms. It shouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been called. It should like. If they would have called it on Kansas City I'd have been like, come on, man. And I'm not. I watched the game. I had no, didn't care either way. Mm-hmm. My team isn't there. I don't care. Yes, I'm rooting for Philly because I can't stand Kansas City. But again, if you're watching the game objectively, almost everybody would have said the same thing. Like, that one should have been left alone, period. So in essence, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, and I think they went for 2 and didn't get it. So it should have been 40 to 16. So it'd have been even closer to getting the score.
And it should have been 34-7 at the end of the third, so I could have won money in the bowl. They went for 2, and I was like, "Thank you. I don't want money. Thank you."
What would your payout have been?
Either 1 or 150.
That sucks. I mean, Ed got half of his payouts on what he bet on.
Okay.
Yeah, he Cooper DeJean with a pick, and then Kelsey with a fumble. Well, Kelsey had no fumble, but DeJean had a pick 6, and I was loving that when I saw that. I was like, "Oh shit, picked off!" And then all of a sudden, they was like, "Yep, Cooper DeJean." I'm like, "Oh damn, there goes the payout for Ed." And that was a beautiful run back too.
Yep. My favorite comment of the whole thing was they should have replaced Tom Brady with Tony Romo. They said Tom Brady was horrible. I'm like,
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was that bad.
He's still trying to come into his own. He's not. He's not as polished as the
I
other
don't think
guys.
he ever will be. I don't think he ever will be. He's just got too much going on.
And that's possible too, but like, given the benefit of the doubt, maybe he'll surprise us going into next year. I'm surprised that that's who they picked to.
I'm not,
but it is Fox. Like Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowls. Like, okay, but still
better than Aikman and Buck.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't. I can't. Aikman is okay, but Joe Buck just
see. I don't mind Aikman.
I don't mind Aikman either. Joe Buck, for some reason that guy annoys me. I don't know why. God bless him. Sorry, dude, but you just get on. I don't know, just some of his tones and his comments. I'm like, seriously?
Well, I don't know about that, Bobby. That's a bit much, but
he's one of the better ones.
Yes, but he's not great. I love Theismann and Mike Patrick on ESPN Sunday Night Football. That's why I went back and watched probably like 20 games of it, because I can listen to them, and Theismann isn't going to be somebody that's like sugarcoating shit. He was immediately like, why did he throw that ball? I have no idea what he would have done. Why did he throw that?
Come on, man. The greatest Summerall and fucking Madden, man. Come
yep.
on.
There ain't nobody like those two.
Until the end, then it was a struggle.
Well, and I was kind of being facetious. Like,
I didn't mind him. When it got to the end, it was bad.
I have an issue with Summerall's voice, and I don't know
what it is. John, what does it look like today? Like,
Madden just had a personality. Always kind of, at least early on in the whole broadcasting career. Very animated.
Yeah, make it fun, and he was out there enjoying the game.
Yep.
Summerall just seemed like he was Ben Stein.
But just glad fucking Kansas City lost, and they got their ass kicked because, like, it wasn't a fucking football game. Like, Philadelphia owned all aspects of that game. And the fact, do what?
Saquon got the record.
Yeah.
Which barely.
Yeah.
But hey, like I said last week, I'm like, good for him if he does it. If he doesn't, it's not like he won't potentially have another opportunity.
He's in Philly, guys.
He's in Philly for a few years, right?
Yeah.
So they've got a hell of a football team. The thing that blew my mind more than anything, the number of sacks on a 4-man rush. And Kansas City did not have a shitty offensive line.
That
But
game, they
fuck, man. Philly's front four made them look like they were high school linemen.
And that's my high school coach came up to me yesterday at the store, and he's like, "How good do you feel when you see defensive linemen, and there's 4 of them, and they're beating 5 offensive linemen, and they're good linemen?" I said, "I loved it."
Plus a potential running back.
Yeah, it's a simple scheme. It wasn't anything like you're doing a one jab stunt and then like just Chris. I mean, it was bull rush.
Yep.
Power versus power, and I'm just like, I told him, I said, that's what I love to watch, because again, being a fatty and having that not the ability, but that's the position, and like I loved it. It was the best. So just to see that, I'm like, good.
I loved it.
Commercials.
Honestly,
I
didn't.
People shit on the game. They shit on the halftime. They shit on the commercials. I'm like, again, you're not going to get that early 2000s, like the Budweiser, the frogs, and then like the what's up. You're not going to get that stuff that's going to just be like legendary.
I mean, there were some good ones.
I'm trying to think of the best one there was.
I mean, it depends on like what you consider good. Like, are you looking for the potential? Okay, I didn't expect that, or kind of the funny type thing.
I just look for shit that makes me laugh. I don't care about like longevity. I'm like, that made me laugh. That was a surprise. I'm happy with that.
I kind of like the Budweiser commercial with the baby Clydesdale.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, it's not like it was cute, because Budweiser's always going to have a commercial during the Super Bowl. It's typically going to be with the Clydesdales. It was cute. It didn't have to be fantastic, great, but it was something different.
Trying to think of the car commercials. Nothing. I don't remember anything standing out.
See, like, you remember Belichick in one of the Dunkin' Donuts ones?
That one was pretty funny with the dudes from
I didn't see that one.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Say my boy Lunchbox and Jason Mewes. I saw them.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
And then
sign this. He goes, "You get a lot of money for this."
I just saw like an ad on YouTube. And again, it's not a great commercial, but it's like, again, what we talk about nostalgia wise. It's like you had all the gimmicks and like the characters from food, for like, I don't know if it's Instacart or whatever, and like the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that was decent too.
I'm like,
I didn't see that one either.
Like recognizable characters. Mr. Clean's ripping through there, and at the end there's the Quaker oatmeal, like fucking food.
Jolly Green Giant, Kool-Aid Man.
Of course, I was trying to cook dinner at some point. So
what the hell, the monkey baby, whatever it was, from one of the old commercials. That thing was in there.
What was it? The Beckham commercial, the other David or whatever.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny.
The one I like the most, and again, nobody else probably will, just because I like Tim Robinson, is the pizza roll one. When fucking that alien gets squished in there, because I'm like, I love Tim Robinson. He is a guy that I watch a lot of his shit, because my brother is like, "Hey, watch some of this guy. It's something that'll take time." He's like, "I think you'll enjoy it," and I'm like, the Chasmo or whatever the fuck, the little alien dude who gets squished in the door, and
we didn't know him that well.
Yeah, the kids are like crying. He's like, "Well, we feel bad, but not really bad, because we really didn't talk to him much." Yeah, he didn't open up to us. I'm like,
that was pretty good.
And then look on YouTube. There's like a full, like a 3-minute one, and then there's like an unedited or a different version where his like eye pops out. and then it rolls over to where the guys are at, and the one black dude kicks it. It's like I kicked it. It rolled out, and Tim's like, "Yeah, the pressure from when he got squished in the door, it just pushed it out." I'm like, I like that. Yeah, but otherwise, halftime, I don't mind Kendrick Lamar. I know people.
I didn't watch it.
But again, I don't want to see like Jason Aldean or some fucktard like that. I mean, I don't want to see USA and whiskey, and I don't need to hear that. And that's what you're going to get at a halftime show. If you're not going to do a sort of like a one-hit wonder, like super montage, you're pretty much beholden to whoever's doing the show. And
The Seal ad was kind of goofy.
Yeah, that was odd.
Yeah, and what you call it? What's his name? Watiti, the guy that's the famous director. He's the one that did it, and it's like, okay, but I like Seal, so interesting.
Wrap us up, Dave.
So, hopefully you enjoyed the Super Bowl. Your team didn't win. Good. Nobody wanted them to win. Sorry, Smitty, you don't watch anyway, so it doesn't matter. Plus, they've already got a couple titles, so they're good.
just
And seeing Travis Kelce struggle, that doesn't never does my soul bad. I know Tristan at the end of the game is like, I hope they score. I'm like, I don't. I hope it's like 60-0. She's like, well, I feel bad. I'm like, I don't. They got enough money that they could feel good after the game. And then Travis Kelce's banging Taylor Swift. So I mean, if he's feeling bad after the game, I don't know. He's got some issues to resolve. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you ate some good food. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you didn't, sorry about your damn luck. Don't give a fuck. We'll be back next week. We'll preview the 2026 YouTube Hall of Fame class with people that'll be a few years.
Please, Jesus, no, please, God, no, not this. Oh, man.
This is Hall of Fame for the
Hobby.
And
Dave, you're gonna get it too next time I see you.
Whatever. I'll have you'll be the Cobra correct, and I'll have the fucking spin kick. Give you a roundhouse and like sweep the leg.
Yeah. Okay.
What's it in TCU? Illegal Ninjago kick. Eagle sword sweep. Fucking
Necessary roughness.
Yeah, necessary roughness.
The TCU.
Texas State.
Whatever. Texas Christian. Necessary roughness. Whatever. The one with what's her name in it. That was the kicker.
Oh, Tia Carrera.
Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, Kathy Ireland. Tia Carrera.
Scott Bakula and Sinbad and
Hulk Hogan.
Sinbad, the oldest college student ever.
Yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember what the actor's name is who played the coach.
Robert Loggia. No, it wasn't Robert Loggia.
Oh, Robin Williams. That's what it was.
No. Straight Arrow, Gennaro.
Oh, Dustin Diamond.
Jesus Christ, Dave, shut up.
Scott Bakula was the quarterback.
Yes, I already said that.
Oh, Morgan Freeman. That's what it was. Yeah.
Hector Elizondo.
Thank you.
Oh, I remember him. He's a cousin of John Leguizamo.
No, he's not. Wrap us up.
Oh, Robert Loggia was in it. I knew he wasn't the head coach, but I knew Robert Loggia was in there.
Oh, Bela Lugosi.
Orange juice.
Bela Lugosi in his last film.
And the guy that played Latimer from the program, he was in there
Andre
too.
the Giant.
Dave,
Andrew Baranowski who played Wyatt Beyondry.
Bless
Tony
you.
Dorsett was in there.
So until next week,
Dorset. Sorry, Bob.
for Michael, he's Vinny. That's Steve. I'm Dave. This has been the IRP. Remember, collecting cards and constantly rebranding, it's a wonderful time in the hobby. The friendships you forge along the way, that's what really matters. Good night, everyone.
good night, everybody.